It was a cold, rainy night. The wind howled outside, making the trees sway and creak ominously. The sound of raindrops tapping against the window pane was almost hypnotic, a steady rhythm that contrasted sharply with the chaos outside. I sat by the fire, warm and cozy, the flames dancing and crackling, casting a comforting glow around the room. The warmth was a stark contrast to the chill that seemed to seep through the walls. Suddenly, a loud crash from upstairs shattered the silence. I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. What was that noise? It sounded like something heavy had fallen, or perhaps someone was up there. Must be the wind, I thought, trying to calm myself. But the unease lingered, gnawing at the edges of my mind. The wind rattled the windows, adding to the eerie atmosphere. I grabbed a heavy flashlight, its cold metal surface a stark reminder of the fear creeping up my spine. The beam of light cut through the darkness, offering a small sense of security. Slowly, I climbed the stairs, each step echoing in the silence. The old wooden steps creaked under my weight, the sound amplified in the stillness of the night. The air grew colder as I ascended, sending shivers down my spine. My breath became visible, a ghostly mist in the dim light. Reaching the top, I saw the source of the noise. The attic was filled with old furniture, covered in dust and cobwebs, a forgotten relic of the past. My old wooden chest, untouched for years, lay open. Its contents, once neatly packed away, were now scattered across the floor. Clothes were strewn across the floor, a chaotic mess that seemed out of place in the otherwise orderly attic, but something else caught my eye. Amidst the scattered clothes, there was something unusual, something that didn't belong. A small, dusty book lay half-hidden beneath a pile of clothes. Its cover was worn and faded, hinting at its age and the secrets it might hold. Curiosity overcoming my fear, I picked it up. The book felt heavy in my hands, its pages thick with dust and time. The cover was cold, sending a shiver down my spine. It was a diary, an old one, and as I held it, I couldn't help but wonder what stories it contained, what secrets it might reveal. With trembling hands, I opened the diary, the pages crackling softly. What I found inside would change everything. The diary belonged to my great-grandmother, a woman whose life was shrouded in mystery and whispers of the past. Her elegant script filled the pages, each word meticulously penned with care and precision, as if she knew these words would one day be read by someone seeking answers. But the words themselves sent chills down my spine. She wrote of strange occurrences in this very house, events that defied logic and reason, of whispers in the dead of night, voices that seemed to come from the very walls themselves, as if the house was alive and breathing. Shadows moving in the corners of her vision, always just out of sight. One entry, dated October 31st, 1924, stood out. "The voice grows stronger," she wrote, her usually neat handwriting shaky and frantic. "It whispers my name," she continued, the words almost leaping off the page with their urgency. "Tries to lure me closer. I fear it will not be long before it breaks free." I shivered, feeling a connection to her fear, as if her terror had transcended time and space to reach me, a cold dread settling in my stomach. The house suddenly felt different, as if it was aware of my presence, watching and waiting, the air thick with an unseen presence, a weight that pressed down on me, making it hard to breathe. I tried to shake off the feeling, telling myself it was just an old woman's ramblings, the product of an overactive imagination. But deep down, a seed of fear had been planted, growing with each passing moment. That night, as I lay in bed, I heard it, a faint scratching sound coming from the wall behind my bed. My blood ran cold. It was the sound of fingernails scraping against wood, a sound that seemed to echo through the silence of the night, growing louder and more insistent with each passing second. I lay there, paralyzed with fear, unable to move or even breathe as the scratching continued, relentless and unyielding. The voice in the walls had found me, and there was no escape. The scratching continued night after night. It was always the same, a soft, insidious sound that seemed to claw its way into my dreams, turning them into nightmares. Sleep became a distant memory, replaced by a constant gnawing fear. Then the whispers started, soft at first, barely audible murmurs that seemed to come from the very walls themselves. They spoke my name, calling to me from the darkness. One night I woke to a voice, clearer than ever before, whispering directly into my ear. "Let me in," it hissed, its breath cold against my skin. "We belong together." Terror gripped me, paralyzing me in my bed. I squeezed my eyes shut, willing the voice to disappear. But the whispers only grew louder, more insistent. Days turned into weeks, and the whispers escalated into chilling conversations. The voice told me stories of its past, of its anger and resentment towards the living. It spoke of a desire for revenge, for a release from its prison within the walls. I tried to ignore it, to pretend it wasn't real, but the presence in the house was undeniable. Objects moved on their own, doors slammed shut without a breeze. The air grew heavy, suffocating, filled with a palpable sense of dread. One evening, as I sat reading in the living room, a picture frame flew off the wall, shattering against the floor. The glass shards seemed to form a pattern, a message scrawled in broken pieces. "You can't hide." Section 5, fleeing into the night. Fear finally overwhelmed my attempts at rationality. I couldn't stay in the house any longer. I packed a bag, throwing in essentials with trembling hands. As I made my way down the stairs, the whispers intensified, morphing into guttural screams. The house seemed to shake, the floorboards groaning under an unseen weight. I burst out the front door and into the night, the cool air a welcome relief from the oppressive atmosphere inside. But as I glanced back, I saw a figure silhouetted in the window, its eyes glowing with a malevolent light. Section 6. An Unsettling Truth. I never went back to that house. I sold it, leaving behind all my belongings, haunted by the chilling memories. The new owners, a young couple with no knowledge of its history, moved in soon after. One day, while browsing the local news, I stumbled upon a chilling headline, "Mysterious Disappearance in Old Victorian Home." The article described the sudden vanishing of the young couple, their belongings left untouched, as if they had simply vanished into thin air. A cold dread settled in my stomach as I read the details. The house, the article claimed, had a long and troubled history, whispered rumors of hauntings and unexplained occurrences. It was a place best left undisturbed, they said. Section 7. Haunted by the past. Years have passed, but the memories of that time still haunt me. The whispers, the shadows, the overwhelming feeling of dread. They remain etched in my mind, a constant reminder of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of our world. I can't help but wonder what became of the young couple if they too were drawn into the web of terror that ensnared me. Did they suffer the same fate as my great-grandmother, consumed by the malevolent force that resided within those walls? The thought sends shivers down my spine, a chilling reminder that some secrets are best left buried, some doors best left unopened. For some houses, like some memories, hold a darkness that can never truly be extinguished. Section 8. Conclusion. The lingering fear. The stories of that old house, of the diary and the voice in the walls, continue to haunt me to this day. Each page of the diary, each whisper in the night, they all weave a tapestry of fear that is impossible to forget. The house, with its creaking floors and shadowy corners, holds secrets that refuse to be silenced. They serve as a chilling reminder that the world is full of mysteries, of unseen forces that we can never fully understand or control. The forest, with its dense fog and eerie silence, seems to breathe with a life of its own. The empty hallways echo with the footsteps of the past, a past that is never truly gone. These experiences have forever changed my perception of the world, leaving an indelible mark on my soul. The haunted expression in the mirror, the fear reflected in my eyes, all speak of a reality that is far more complex and terrifying than I ever imagined. The silhouette in the dark room is a constant reminder of the unknown. The fear, once so raw and visceral, has subsided over time, replaced by a lingering unease, a constant awareness of the darkness that exists just beyond the veil of our everyday lives. The flickering candlelight casts long shadows, each one a reminder of the fears that lurk in the corners of our minds. The dimly lit room holds an atmosphere of mystery, a sense that something is always watching. And so, I am left with a profound sense of unease, a constant awareness that some things are best left undisturbed, some truths best left unknown. The shivering fear that once gripped me has transformed into a cautious respect for the unknown. The creaking rocking chair and the old closed door are symbols of the mysteries that should remain untouched. For the world is a far stranger and more terrifying place than we could ever imagine. The eerie landscape with fog rolling over the cemetery serves as a stark reminder of the thin line between the known and the unknown. The desolate, creepy area is a testament to the fact that some places and some stories are meant to remain shrouded in mystery.